Located in the heart of Southeast Asia with a population of 97.7 million by 2020, Vietnam is a politically stable country and is considered as one of the fastest growing economies. Vietnam is currently in the top 5 of global economic growth, top 5 of international impressive trade flows, and is the number 1 choice of global supply chain shifts. In early 2020, 15 per 30 large Japanese enterprises have plans to move their factories to Vietnam. Foxconn, Wistron, Luxshare, Pegatron, and suppliers for the world's largest technology corporations such as Apple, Sony, Google, Microsoft chose Vietnam to build production facilities for their products. Vietnam's information technology industry in recent years has had a dramatic growth, considered as a new development method to improve national competitiveness. Revenue of the IT industry in 2019 is about 100 billion USD, equivalent to 1/3 of Vietnam's GDP, of which revenue of software and IT services is 11 billion USD. Average growth rate of the industry from 2015 reaches 26.1%, 4 times higher than GDP growth rate of the period. On June 30, 2020, the National Digital Transformation Program to 2025, Orientation to 2030 was issued, opening huge opportunities. IT industry is not only responsible for leading the national digital transformation, building digital economy, but also ready for global supply chain shifting with readiness of all digital infrastructure, solutions, platforms, services, human resources, and policy incentives supported by the government. On November 30th, 2020, Vietnam officially launched a commercial 5G trial and became one of the pioneer countries in the region in terms of 5G deployment. Internet bandwidth internationally reaches 10 terabytes, while domestically reaches nearly 3 terabytes. Fiber optic cables in the whole network reach 1 million kilometers and cover 99.46% of the population. The number of mobile phone subscribers reaches 145.8 million. Internet users in Vietnam rank the 12th over the world and the 6th out of 35 countries and regions in Asia. According to Cushman and Wakefield on Data Center Competitiveness Index in the Asia-Pacific region, Vietnam ranks the 9th with 27 data centers, 270,000 servers from 11 domestic enterprises. Computing industry in Vietnam is forecasted to increase from 165 million USD in 2018 to 291 million USD in 2024. Annual growth rate is over 30%. The hardware sector's revenue in 2019 is more than 112 billion USD, exporting 86 billion USD, with nearly 3,500 enterprises and about 770,000 employees. In recent years, Vietnam's IoT ecosystem has witnessed many positive changes. Many IoT and R&D projects and solutions are developed by Vietnamese companies during the last 5 years. Artificial intelligence platform is considered a breakthrough strategic orientation to build digital economy in Vietnam. Government is having incentives to encourage technology companies to invest in AI and plans to build an international AI hub in Quy Nhơn City, a very beautiful coastal city in the center of Vietnam. Cloud platforms have also been built and begun to gain market share from major firms. Currently, the number of blockchain startups in Vietnam has surpassed 20, in which more than 10 exchanges and about 10 startups have successfully called for investment. Digital transformations platforms by Vietnamese enterprises are being selected and introduced weekly by the Ministry of Information and Communications. Currently, about 60% of software and IT service industry's revenue comes from the domestic market. Digital products, solutions developed by Vietnamese IT firms accounts for 75% of the whole industry revenue. Local companies are participating mainly in construction consultancy and implementing most of the solutions for e-government operation as tax, insurance, financial accounting, construction, environmental resources, health and information security. Movement and enforces to build and carry out solutions for digital government are being conducted. Over 80% of management and administration software in Vietnamese enterprises are consulted, built, and deployed by local software companies. For nearly a decade, Vietnam has affirmed its position as one of the leading IT service export countries in the region and in the world. Vietnam ranks number 1 in the world for the location of business processing outsourcing, BPO, number 5 per 50 IT service exports after India, China, Malaysia, Indonesia, and is one of top 6 locations for global technology transfer in the Asia-Pacific region. Vietnamese IT service export enterprises have rapidly developed in terms of capacity and qualifications. Currently, there are 25 Vietnamese software enterprises have achieved CMMI certificate, of which 10 enterprises have achieved CMMI level 5. In the last 5 years, the growth rate of Vietnam's e-commerce has always reached a high level of 20 to 30%. In 2019, the growth rate reached 25% of the market size at $10.08 billion, with nearly 45 million online users, about 45% of the population. During the past 3 years, number of fintech companies has increased nearly 4 times. Currently, there are more than 150 fintech companies in our country. In 2019, Vietnam fintech companies received 410 million USD of investment capital, equivalent to 36% of total investment in Southeast Asia. Vietnam's fintech market is expected to reach 7.8 billion USD by 2020, in which 2 of the largest sectors are e-wallet with 28 licenses and peer-to-peer lending with more than 70 companies. About the digital content industry, revenue in 2019 was 850 million USD, up 3.03% compared to 2018. The number of registered is about 3,960 enterprises, creating more jobs for over 53,000 employees. According to the ITU Global Cyber Security and Safety Index report, Vietnam ranked 50 out of 175 among 194 countries, 50 levels higher compared to 2017, and is in the high-ranking group. In the Asia-Pacific region, Vietnam ranked 11 per 38. So far, 84 companies are licensed to provide services in information security business at the moment, with 52 products, increase of more than 140% compared to 2018. Among that, 14 companies are licensed to provide public digital signature authentication services. Number of startups in Vietnam increased from 400 in 2012 to more than 3,000 in 2019 and is ranked the 3rd in Southeast Asia by the Australian Trade and Investment Commission. The intermediaries to support innovative startups also have rapidly grown in number. including 23 business promotion organizations, 38 startup incubators, and more than 170 co-working spaces. The number of investment startups has also increased rapidly, with 61 funds currently operating in Vietnam, of which 10 are domestic funds. There is also a strong increase in the participation of Korean and Singaporean investors in the Vietnamese ecosystem, with 11 funds from Singapore and 13 from Korea. For a long time, human resource is a really competitive advantage of Vietnam's ICT industry. IT is always a top choice of good pupils for universities. By 2020, Vietnam have around 1 million IT human resources, of which 26% is software engineers, equivalent to 280,000 people. According to HackerRank, Vietnam's programmers are ranked the second among Southeast Asia countries and ranked the 23rd in the top 50 countries with the best programmers in the world. Vietnamese engineers are among the first few engineers to receive the Google AI-based high-end TensorFlow certificate, GE's Predict certificate of IoT. Number of engineers achieving international technological certificate of AWS, Microsoft, Oracle are also increasing rapidly. Currently, there has been 236 universities in Vietnam with enrollment of more than 50,000 IT students annually. In addition, 412 IT vocational colleges are at the intermediate level, providing about 12,000 people for the IT industry every year. The government has been creating the most favorable environment for the IT investment and development in Vietnam, with the highest preferential incentives on tax, education, training, and human resource development. By the end of 2020, the National Strategy on Vietnam Digital Enterprise Development to 2030 was submitted to the Prime Minister, offering breakthrough solutions to form the 6 pillars for the digital technology companies to develop our institutions, research, markets, data, human resources, and high-impact technology projects. On June 3, 2020, the Prime Minister signed Decision Number 749, approving the National Digital Transformation Program to 2025, orientation to 2030, focusing on developing digital government, digital economy, and digital society. Opportunities to cooperate with partners from all over the world is open widely to enhance national digital transformation in Vietnam, especially in 6 key preferential economy sectors: health, education, finance and banking, agriculture, transport and logistics, energy, natural resources, and environment and industrial manufacturing. Well managed to control expansion of the COVID-19 by the government, political stability and geographical convenience, together with many new release programs, policies and strategies by the government, are creating unprecedented opportunities for Vietnam IT industry and cooperation opportunities with countries, economies in the region and all over the world. Vietnam, your safety and attractive destination and reliable partner in digital transformation.